this is fantastic. Now I've got people who saw my video reply back on Godlike Productions claiming that I wasn't really who I was over there at Walmart last night, and that I'm really a cop, and I'm hiding it, whatever. So here's my quote-unquote cop car that I already told you is an auction car that I got. It's a retired police car. So here it is, right? Parked at my house. Let me ask you a question. See that hole with caulking? Speaking of caulking last night, right? You see that? And do you see that little cap? That cap's where an antenna used to be. And that hole is where wiring from the light bar that used to be on the car used to go through. So there's an antenna that I had to cap off, and there's a light bar hole for the wiring. Do you think for 1 second, some of you morons out there, or if you're from Godlike Productions, some of you like to call it morans, do cops drive around in jalopy police cars that have caulking in the roof and where a light bar used to be is no longer there? No. Matter of fact, can you see that right back there? That's a car seat for one of my kids, 6-year-old. I bet cops drive around with those too. And they probably drive around with booster seats for their older kids who are 9 years old, one of them anyways. I bet that's what they do. So I go out to debunk some nonsense in more nonsense forms, shockingly, on Godlike Productions, that I'm really a cop. Oh my God, he's really a... And I thought, should I get upset about that? No. Why? Because 70%, from what I've heard, of the United States population is on some form of drugs, as in prescription drugs. In the UK, it's 50%. And I thought, damn, that's crazy. And as I was saying that, man, I wonder what it is here, is my next thought. And I heard it was worse. Huh. So considering most of the population, or the majority of it anyways, is on some kind of prescription drug, I can't get upset. You're not yourselves. You're not yourself. That's what I'm telling myself. So first and foremost now that I've got that out of the way, I get home last night, I'm uploading I had to edit it, then upload it, and I'm waiting to see where's the specific video that all these people keep talking about, all these conspiracy, the hardcore conspiracy theorists that are pushing this whole damn Jade Helm, Operation Jade Helm, and the Walmart, now they're installing bomb-proof doors. Where's the specific video from Commando Chick that these guys are referring to? Because I just can't seem to find it. I saw one of her videos where she's out there at night and it's kind of in the bushes, like peeking around at one point. But she didn't say anything about, referring to these bomb-proof doors. She never really said that. I got it. She probably deleted the video. It probably went viral. She probably got nervous, because I noticed she only had a few videos, literally 4 or 5 videos on her channel. She probably got nervous and deleted it. Makes sense. Or found out that they weren't bomb-proof doors after all. She may have felt silly and let me just get rid of the video. I can't find it. Well, I can't find it because it never existed. The one little 2-minute clip thing was the only video. And every moron out there who took this and ran with it made it sound like she's out there videotaping this and there's bomb-proof doors, and it's sounding like she's the one bringing this on. So you remember last night as I'm talking about all this crap, and I said, man, when old J-Snip 4 is wrong, he has to admit it. You remember the movie Coming to America? I love me some Lord. I love the Lord. And if loving the Lord's wrong, I don't want to be right. Well, if J-Snip 4 is wrong, he's got to make it right. So I posted my video link on her channel and on some of the other bozo channels who took what she said, completely twisted it into this whole Jade Helm military exercise, bomb-proof, blast-proof doors. I'm reading comments after comments. It looks like it's a massive door to me. Oh my God. So she replied to me on my channel, my video. And she said, basically, if you would look at my video in full, whatever, you'll see that I didn't even say any of that stuff. It's just people taking my video and using that. And I said, well, I didn't say anything yet. Kind of why I'm doing this video. I'm thinking, well, I did find the one video. I knew that one. But there had to be another video. There's no way all of these people on the internet are just going to say that based off of that little 2-minute video she posted. There's no way. Forgot. Apologize. Forgot. Population, 70%. On drugs. Prescription, FDA approved drugs. And that's who took her story and ran with it, which wasn't even what it was. So first off, Commando Chick, I fired you last night. You remember that part? I had you step into my office. So I'm now, Commando Chick, step into my office. Why? Because you're freaking hired. You're not fired. You've just been rehired. Thank you. I unfire you last night. My sincere apologies. It wasn't even her. All she was doing was saying, you know, I heard about this crap at the Walmart. Yeah, it is weird. She's taking a little video footage of herself. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning in that video. There's a little security. Matter of fact, it was probably the same security guy, guard that I saw. You know, driving around the parking lot. Yes, it's weird. We all know it's weird. Why do these 5 or 6 or whatever stores close? It doesn't make any sense. I told you first and foremost my opinion right away. And that was, there's nothing to see here as far as what you think. Now we all know, ain't a chance in hell it was just some little plumbing issue at all these stores, completely, you know, so far away from each other, geographic locations that it doesn't make sense. They must have had the same 3-inch coupling underground that was a bad Chinese-made part, and only these 5 stores out of, you know, 600 had it. No. We are all in agreement, I think, collectively, on the internet, in that it's not what they told us. But there's not a chance in hell. It's got anything to do with bomb-proof doors and Operation Jade Helm, and they're going to be detainment centers. They already have those sitting idle right now. They don't need to. Well, the Department of Homeland Security is in bed with Walmart, and I know that for a fact. Step into my office, those of you who think that whole thing. You are fired, and I'm not going to retract your. You will not be rehired. Commando Chick's rehired with a bonus. I'm promoting her. Commando Chick, you've been promoted. She could have came out there last night, or whenever she posted this message to me, and she could have blasted me. She could have. And she would have been right, because she did not say, it wasn't her thoughts that this was definitely these bomb-proof doors being put up. That was people just taking her video she posted and then claiming that. And it wasn't 1 or 2 people claiming that. So my video still has to stay. I'm gonna put a little comment on my video from last night that says, hey, by the way, it wasn't Commando Chick who said that in her video. It's other people taking her video out of proportion or whatever. Just as a little FYI for anyone who sees that video, because it still is important that people understand this crap is nonsense, and you've got to be careful with the stuff you believe from other people on the internet. Again, there's a on the internet thing. Some very good information is on the internet. Very informative information. Things that will wake you up when you see it, view it, watch it, understand it. But like everything, there's trash. You have to separate them. And over the years, I've picked my sites that I always, go to on a daily basis just to see alternative media-wise what's going on. I pretty much never, or so close to almost never, you might as well say never, go to mainstream media to get any news. The only thing I'm going to turn that channel on for is if something's happening live and they've got cameras there. Other than that, I don't need to hear ISIL and ISIS and Jihadi John like he's some kind of garbage pail kid. Jihadi John is what they're calling him. Jihadi John. How about Fat Frank, the garbage pail kid? I mean, come on. It's ridiculous. And when I see this crap, this hurts the truth community. When you see people posting about bomb-proof doors, and I recognize that, I didn't see this, so I think it. You didn't see crap, and your opinion is even worse than crap. It's a freaking roll-up, roll-down door with massive gaps on the side to prove it, as I did last night in my video. And now I've got morons telling everybody else, based on my video last night, oh, he's really a cop, he is. No. I used to volunteer for a sheriff's office fairly recently, and I resigned. Why? Because my kids are young, and when I'm going out Friday night in a non-law enforcement whatsoever capacity, it's a little extra time being taken away from my kids. And I've been doing it for a while and thought, man, my kids are only going to be kids once, right? That's it. And yeah, it's what turns out to be 3 times a month, Fridays. I'm out here, helping people who are broke down or whatever, traffic lights out, accident, help out. That's it. We were driving one of their vehicles that has amber lights on it, and it's more or less looks like a security vehicle, and we would help out accidents, traffic lights out, sometimes a missing person like a child or something didn't come home, whatever. We would help try to find them, stuff like that. Just non-law enforcement type stuff a citizen can do. And I like doing it because it, you're helping people. It's nice to help people. That's what I was talking about last night. But I'd rather spend the time at home with my children, honestly, and just being home, period. So I resigned a couple months ago. No reason. I didn't hate there was a great sheriff's office. You're not going to go onto YouTube and find a whole bunch of these videos like you do at other places about them beating the crap out of somebody, getting away with it, none of that. And I still can't figure out exactly why that is. I do know that this particular sheriff's office has pretty high standards, and one of those is you have to have a college degree, period. Whereas some other sheriff's office around this country, it's just sign up, we'll take you, we need you. And believe me, they need a lot of deputies here because they're always behind. That's the story of their lives. They're always down in numbers of deputies, always. But with high standards, that's what happens. And so anyways, I have never been in my life and won't be a police officer, a sheriff's deputy, a law enforcement person, period. Never have and don't plan on being. So this is my personal car. I paid $2,800 for when I went and test drove it from the dealer that got it from the auction. It was, there was another car that I liked, had a little less mileage, but as soon as I started it, tapping in the engine, nope, let's go to the next one, and this was the next one. Higher mileage, but I drove it and it felt good. But I could hear a little winding sound from the tires up front, and I said, man, has it got a bad tire? He said, well, they're brand new tires. The police department just put them on before they auctioned the car off, actually. And I said, well, it's probably a bearing, or at least one bearing. Well, it was both front bearings. So I decided, being a former mechanic many years ago, I'm going to put the front wheel hubs on. I'll buy the whole hub. You don't have to, like, do any major, you know, like taking a bearing out. It's just to take out the hub, put the new hub on. Slightly worse than doing a brake job. So I did that. Actually got a bad hub in that the anti-lock brake light kept coming on. So I had to contact the place on eBay I got them from, which, by the way, I got each wheel hub for $35 a piece. Unheard of. Brand new. They sent me another one, said don't even bother sending the other one back, just keep it, do whatever you want with it. Fine. Put the new one on, ABS light went away, was working great, and that has been the way it's been since I've had this car. I haven't had to do anything to this car. I paid $2,800 for this car. So when everyone else is out there, I'm gonna go get my new car, man. I gotta get a new car, man. My friend just got a new car. I gotta keep up with the Jones, man. I gotta go get a new. The name of the game is getting out of debt, is really what it is, not getting into debt. My wife has a 2005 minivan. I have a 2005 Crown Victoria. I could easily go get a car with payments, or for me or my wife. No, to get out of debt. And it's called Wake Other People Up. So once again, Commando Chick, it wasn't you. And I apologize, because everybody's going to think it was you, and I'm going to now go edit that video, put the words across the screen. FYI, it wasn't Commando Chick, it was other morons using her video and saying these things. And I thought for sure she took down the other video. There was no other video. Just people taking crap out of proportion, unfortunately. So, Commando Chick, you must be around Brandon since you took that video. And I don't know if you know about Pomodoro Pizza, which is right next to that Walmart. It is the best New York style, or what they call New Jersey style pizza. And if you and your friend or whoever was with you want a pie on Old J Snip 4 on the house, you just let me know. You want to meet up there, have a little chat, it's all good. Trust me, it's really all good. I owe you a little piece of the best pie around. So if you would like to do that, just don't reach out to me on YouTube. Reach out to me on my website, realistnews.net. There's a little contact button or whatever, link, and you can just say, hey, hey, it's Commando Chick, let's meet up over there, or whatever, and I'll reach out to you as a little apology, bonus, whatever you want to call it, because that is some freaking good pizza. But, and we can chat about all this crap. Maybe, some of your thoughts on why they did this, my thoughts why they, shut these Walmarts down, whatever. Because you might not be aware of the September-October time frame of supposedly the worst economic collapse the world is ever going to see, supposedly taking place. And if you don't and haven't heard about that, it'd make a good conversation. And I'd like to tell you about that if that's the case. So, that's it. I'm sorry, Commando Chick. I couldn't take it anymore. It was getting out of control on the internet. And unfortunately, people were using your video, as if it was the proof. And you never even said that stuff. So, I gotta go edit the video. Take care.